This is the voice of Kurt Roskoff at World of Ability Podcast Network. Emily Gollmer, podcast engineer, will be bringing you World of Ability show with acts of kindness. Take it away, Em. This show is produced every Saturday.
Welcome everybody to the World of Ability Podcast Network with some acts of kindness. Really, my name is Emily Gollmer and am a podcast engineer here, and excited to bring you another episode of the World of Ability. That is the flagship show of the World of Ability Podcast Network. As you do here every Saturday. 1 o'clock p.m. Central, and we'd love to have all of you join us. So please connect with us if you are interested. So I do have a diagnosis of autism. And then I'm on a planning committee for a adult autism conference. That's a little bit of my connection here as well. We do have a couple of great guests here today, and so to kick us off, I'm going to bring in Fule, who we met through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And so welcome, Fule.
Thank you, Emily. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are at. So my name is Fule. To pronounce it very well, it's called Fule, and it means somebody born after twins. Today, I'll be presenting to you everything about marketing strategy to take your business to the next level. Okay, please just give me a moment. I'm going to go live on Instagram. Awesome. Okay. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
We do see your screen. It's looking really nice.
Amazing. All right. So I'd like to start by painting a picture of how the average business owner does business and how they carry on marketing. So we usually start with a very brilliant business idea, either from a friend or maybe from a need that we have actually identified in our environment. And then we go on to write a business plan, finance our business. And what do we do with that business plan? We bury it somewhere very safe, right? That's what the average business owner does. And then we go on to produce and sell our services, trying everything out there, every marketing technique that we can lay hands on out there. So when I talk about business plan, I'm really talking about the marketing strategy that we have laid out for ourselves in the business plan. And by marketing strategy, I mean a comprehensive plan developed to reach and attract our target customers. And equally, it's about creating a competitive advantage in the marketplace. So a marketing strategy is made up of several components. So there are some of us who will go the extra mile to develop a marketing strategy. Then you'll be very versed with these aspects of marketing strategy. Or if you have never done a marketing strategy before, I'd just like to inform you of what it takes to actually develop a marketing strategy. So there are these major components that form a marketing strategy. Is the what about your business. So it is which product, which service are you going to offer, and then what's your branding strategy. Branding is how unique are you going to be on the marketplace so that you are easily recognizable. The who is who is about your target audience. Who is it that is your ideal client based on the product or service that you are about to sell or put out there? The why is, what does it even matter? What value addition are you bringing? You know, the where is, where are these clients found? And how are you going to get to them? So your distribution strategy to get to your ideal clients wherever they are found. The how is the pricing strategy, your promotional strategy, customer relationship management, budgeting, positioning. All those fall under the how. And then we have the when, which is, do you intend to do it? It is about the timing, right? Do you intend to do this seasonally? Do you intend to do it all year round? Do you intend to do it? So it is all about that timing, the duration, and then monitoring and performance evaluation of your entire marketing strategy. But even though this looks a little bit cumbersome, we can actually group them into the 5 P's, which are people, place, product, price, and promotion. Okay, so this is a simple an example, and please let me know if this resonates with you, or you know somebody that has actually done business this way. So they have a product. The product is graphic design. The place where you can find their product, or where they send their customers, is on their website. The people that they are targeting is small business owners, and their price is $300 per logo. Their promotion, they are doing SEO management for their website. And by SEO, I mean search engine optimization, which is a way of making your website more visible in the, or to rank higher in the search engines like Google, Yelp, and the rest. And then we have social media, right? So promotion on social media, either paid or not paid. So does any of us know somebody who has a business strategy or marketing strategy like this? I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'd love to hear from you. Do you see anything wrong with this business strategy, the way it has been placed here? Emily, Kurt, Mario.
So, Mario, any thoughts to share or not yet?
Yeah, the very first thing that Fule mentioned, right, that most people don't really have a business plan to start off, is what I believe to be critical for the success of any business, and you should definitely look into having one prepared before you go into business. So do you think, Fule?
That's right.
Mhm.
That's
And
right.
most people
And
just miss it. Most people just miss it,
yes, right.
unfortunately.
Great. And so I'm giving this example, and I'd like for us to interact a little bit, for us to look at this scenario. Do we see anything wrong with it, with the way this guy does his business? So his predominant marketing strategy, marketing activity from day to day is selling. He finds clients and he just sells. And then he has the SEO on the back. And mind you, this is a startup, right? Because again, there is that layer to the face of the business that we need to take into consideration. So we are talking about a startup here. Do we see anything? Would like to talk,
Yeah,
highlight?
Well, to
Yolanda
me, it's
has raised her hand. We're going to go with Yolanda Brown. Welcome to the show. And you raised your hand. What are your thoughts, Yolanda?
Hi, I just jumped in, so I'm not gonna say I know a lot about what's going on at all. But just,
Hi, Yolanda.
hello, darling. Just from the graphic and a little bit that I heard, perhaps the scenario is minimalist on purpose to engage us, but maybe the other thing is this avatar person could possibly use some relationship building
Okay,
experiences. Um,
nice.
some way of seeding and creating warm connections where there's a consistent flow of introductions to peers that need the service, peers that will refer the service, peers that would subcontract with said avatar, peers that would collaborate and create packages that they could promote mutually.
Awesome.
Perhaps they
Thank
could
you.
sitting in groups where people that do what they do are, so they can brainstorm and troubleshoot more, thus elevation and expansion of what the person is doing.
Awesome, Yolanda. Thank you very much for that. Thank
You're
you. And I'd like to say that this is an example of a case that I've come across. And I've even made it a little bit more beautiful because when I asked him, who is your target or your ideal client, he said, anyone. I can
That's
make it
the
look, yes,
biggest mistake it is, right?
yeah, right,
We need an ICP.
right.
You
He
really
said,
need to know your audience.
right. He said anyone. And then I have put logo here, whereas he didn't even was not making logos. I asked him, so what is your graphic design about? He said, I can make like anything. And then he said, do you want to see what I have done in the past? I say, yeah, but just give me an idea. Is it landscapes? Is it portraits? Is it logos? Is it? And he said, anything. I'm good at everything. So I that was a very, very big issue. And it was so difficult for me to let him understand that he wouldn't go far with that, right? So when we are determining our prices, the more specialized we are, the higher the probability of attracting a high ticket price for our services, right?
All
And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to underline here, even though I didn't make it more obvious.
right, Fule, I just want to take a moment to get everybody synchronized here. We are with one of our founding participants, Barbara Weinstein from out of Florida, USA. And I always like to bring her in here as our color commentary. Barbara, we're deep into business and we're talking about entrepreneurs and marketing plans and looking at what's common that business people do to market their business. And I pose that as we're listening to this for the sake of business application, which is Fule's service, a lot of us who maybe don't have a business to worry about can learn about a lot of this stuff because marketing principles can be translated into an application of other things in life. Barbara, are you ready to come off of mute and share, or are you ready to keep listening, Barbara? Where are you at?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have to be somewhat quiet because there are young children sleeping, but I just briefly want to share and then I'll go back to listening. A wonderful book called The Golden Art of Schmoozing that talks about how business is about making people happy and giving them more than they expect to get and having life be more fun and how it's all business. And it is such a well written and fun book. I highly recommend that.
All right. Excellent, Barbara. Thank you for sharing. And we'll keep checking on with you as we go along here. But Fula, we'll let you continue. We are on the way. This is great stuff.
Awesome. Hi, Barbara. Nice to have you here. So, based on the example that we have just looked at together, there are 5 fundamental issues that I'd like to underline here. The first is that nobody really cares unless they know that we care, right? Yolanda has named some of them. No feedback, there is no feedback mechanism to inform the business of the evolution in its environment, right? Then those failing to plan is planning to fail. So this guy clearly, his main activity is selling, and he doesn't have a plan. No matter whatever comes to mind for him to do at the time is what he's going to put in place as his marketing strategy. And so there is a high probability of marketing misfit, meaning that when a business is just starting up and their focus is SEO management, then there is an issue, right? So the putting in, and this is very, very common, that we put in money, a lot of money into marketing, but putting it in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it brings about marketing misfit. And then there is inevitably the wastage of resources. So whenever I talk about marketing to people and then they tell me that, oh, I can just do it, I can talk to my neighbor, I can ask for referrals, it doesn't need to be that expensive, I just smile. I said, it is because some companies or some businesses failed to put to put importance on marketing that they have been wiped out from the market. And this is just extreme cases, right? Like we used to hear about Blockbuster because they failed to put in enough resources into marketing. And when I talk about marketing, I'm talking about defining what it is that our competitors are doing, what are the trends, and then making every arrangement to jump on that trend before we go obsolete. So these are extreme cases where Netflix was able to jump on a trend as opposed to Blockbuster. We have Apple was able to jump on a trend as opposed to Nokia and Kodak. And we all know how much Apple is, is in the next slide. So these are the facts about Apple, and we can see clearly that because of the tremendous efforts that Apple is doing in terms of marketing, we are able to see their results. But we never really know unless we look at the facts, right? So Apple is a top spender on marketing and advertising, and this is by statista.com. In 2023 alone, Apple spent an estimated $775 million on display ads alone. Display ads alone. So we are not talking about all the other channels of marketing. Retaining its position as one of the largest display advertisers in the US. Additionally, Apple generated $3.05 billion from advertising in the US in 2021, with that figure expected to more than double in 2024. So this is just to underline the importance of marketing, the importance of advertising, right? And I hope that by now I have convinced all of us that we need to give an importance to that if we want to stay relevant in the marketplace. So my mission today is to make you understand or bring to your awareness that we can make marketing our mission. As long as we want to stay in business, it is our duty to make marketing our mission. And by mission, I mean that we have marketing at the start of our business, we have it in the middle, and we have it at the end of the business, and we have a plan that we follow throughout the life cycle of our business. And so I'm going to share with you the approach that I use at Legacy Digital Marketing Agency, for which I'm the founder here in Canada. So our core values at Legacy Digital Marketing Agency is threefold. First, we build customer relationships. And I'm very happy that Yolanda made mention of that as well. We analyze, we put a lot of emphasis on data so that we can capture trends. And then we adjust our marketing plan as our company evolves. And we are, by our companies, I'm meaning our clients' companies for which we do marketing. So our key considerations are the available resources. By available resources, what am I saying? So when a client comes to us and tells us, I have spent $350 every month on SEO management, but I have no results. So this is how we break it down. What are the resources that you have in abundance at this moment in time? Because most at times, and I've spoken with my peers, most at times when there is a situation like that, we would just like say, okay, let me try to do it better, or without really going fundamentally to find out what are the issues, who is even this client, what is their business about. So I am sharing with you how we really break it down to understand the client's difficulties and then put in place a strategy to help them. So the first is we are going to identify what their available resources are. There are some people who time resource is more available than a financial resource, and that matters. We are going to look at what their customer preferences are. So most at times, they are the people that come up to us are startups who do not really understand their customer preferences, and so in this case, we are going to learn from their competitors or the other businesses within their niche. Then we will look at the business development phase. Is it in the early phases, or is it in the mid or late phases of the business cycle? Then we'll look at the business promoter skills. Some people are better in oral skills, some are writing skills. So we would also take that into consideration to know which social media marketing channel to suggest to them or to capitalize upon, and then their preferred communication style. We will also look at their business model, and all these is usually within our market research and analysis task that we are going to identify all these for our clients. And so I'm trying to break it down here. When I talked about development phase or the business cycle, we are looking at about 4 phases. There is a phase of ideation where we are just looking at, we just have ideas and want to see which is the best idea. There's a initiation phase, growth, and then scaling phase. And then when we talk about the business promoter skills, we're talking about writing, speaking, performing, lifestyle. The promoter's lifestyle. Then available resources, as I mentioned, could be time, it could be money, it could be their network, which is equally a very, very important resource here. And then we look at the customer preferences. Do they prefer reading, watching videos, or events? And this usually depends on the age range of our customers. And then we have our market research and analysis that we are going to carry out. We'll carry out a competitive analysis, doing the SWOT. The PESTEL SWOT is identifying the strengths and weaknesses of our businesses, but also looking the external environment of our business to check what are the opportunities and the threats out there to our business. Then the PESTEL analysis, it is looking at the political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal characteristics or factors, external factors that will affect our business. And then we do a customer analysis and then industry analysis. The business model could be a B2C, B2B, and B2G. And so I've broken this down to say that each of these aspects of the client, the environment, and their business actually will have a very pivotal a role to play on the social media channel that we shall be using, or the marketing strategy that we shall put in place. And so at the end of the day, it looks something messy like this. Even though it looks complex, it's really well understandable. So we start by defining a journey that we shall take our client's business through. So from phase 1 to phase 4, and then within each phase, we are looking at different components. So there is the customer analysis, there is the competitive analysis, there's the industry analysis that we'll be carrying out in each phase, because everything is evolving. And so we have to evolve with our marketing strategy as well. And when we carry out this market research at every phase of our business, it enables us to always determine the new people, the new place, the new product, the new price, the new promotion that we shall be adopting in that phase. And this is very important to underline, because our business plan is never static. It's very dynamic and it evolves as our business evolves. So here is an example, contrary to the first example that I shared with you. Again, we are talking about a graphic designer. And now we are specifying the phase of his business. So you will realize that, or I would like to mention that if this phase was phase 1, then it will be something else here. The place, people, price, promotion will be different. So we are talking about phase 2 of his business, which is the initiation phase. And at the initiation phase, where do we suggest him to place his focus? On LinkedIn. Why? Because he's targeting small business owners, and small business owners are more identifiable on LinkedIn, and they show their affiliation and their professionalism more on LinkedIn, right? So we suggest that he moves on to LinkedIn, and then we suggest a price range. And the price range, I did not just put everything here, but the price range is going to, the exact price for each customer is going to depend on many factors, right? So it is suggested that his price be flexible so that he can always adapt it to each customer's need. And then the promotion is going to be a market survey. Why a market survey instead of an SEO? Instead of an SEO, as we saw in our previous example. I'd like for us to interact on this as well. And then, so the predominant marketing activity that this this graphic designer is carrying out in his day-to-day activities is questioning. It is not selling, it is questioning. So I'd like to get your feedback on this before I move forward.
All right. So Mario, I'm going to bring you in here, just checking in, seeing how this is all striking you, how you're relating to this, and how it applies to your work at Candidate. What's your reaction to all this? What do you think of these details?
Well, first of all I'm really seeing here is there's lots of planning involved, Fule. You don't usually get this type of information with the other type of companies that I've been reaching out to. Congratulations on that. Really professional work. And commenting specifically on the slide that we have right now here, it honestly looks good to me. It does make sense the way you're putting up things, for your client. As far as myself, I think it looks good. I have a question though, may I?
Sure.
Yeah.
How long does it usually really take an SEO strategy to take you where you want to go? Like, the just on average, what's
Well,
the time frame?
it depends on so many things. It depends on so many factors, but averagely 3 months.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's understandable. That's understandable. The reason I ask is I've been looking into some companies that could help us with this,
Yes.
and most of them are telling us like maybe it'll take us like 8 to 12 months to
Okay.
get you where you want, and that's way too much time for me, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, it's 2024 also. Marketing, we all know how it works and why it works, correct?
Yes.
So it's interesting also to see that most people are not really into it, and I don't really know why. I don't understand why most people rely on organic, uh,
Mhm.
what they call organic marketing, right? Or organic, whatever, development, lead generation, etc. But I
Do you want
definitely
me to
believe,
respond to that?
yes, absolutely, because I
Because
hear all the time with clients that I
yes,
have too, you know.
that is because the resource that they have in abundance is time.
Hmm.
Yes.
Right.
So they have time to send out messages. Note that paid advertising or SEO is automated. So it
Hmm.
frees up time for you.
Yeah,
Yes,
correct.
it's meant for people who have more financial resources and are busy with other stuff. So both are okay. It depends
Yeah.
on each individual.
Yeah. But what I hear all the time is people are trying, to boost sales like 200%, right? And it's like, well, if you want that to happen, you need to invest in a strong and broad marketing strategy that'll take you where you want to go.
That's
And
right.
yeah, well, that's what I believe.
That's true. Very
Yeah, and
true.
just what you said, Feel just as we do here at Candidate, right? We understand uh automation is like it that's exactly what separates you from your competition. The more you are able to do focus like into any other tasks rather than
Mhm.
being there, uh, it really makes a difference.
That's
I
right.
want I want to shoot out to one of my mentors, and he once said, I have a background in systems engineering, so he once said, Mario, if you think of it this way: if you are constantly working on the computer to make something work, then you're not a good engineer. The machine needs to run when you're not there perfectly fine. If something breaks or something happens, it's okay for you to be there. But take a look into that. If you see an engineer that's all the time, like cracking codes and all the time like working, they're not a good engineer. And that's what
Awesome.
I see here with you, Feel it, building
Yeah.
an effective marketing strategy with funnels, automated SEO, etc. That definitely sets you apart.
That's right. Thank you, Mario.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Somebody else has something to say?
Um, Barbara, I want to check on you. I know you're in a setting that you got other things going on in the background. Barbara Weinstein, did you want to chime in with anything? I know this is a little deeper than you tend to come into in terms of the business front of things, but maybe you're picking up on some things, Barbara. Barbara, are you there? Oh, I guess she's not there. We'll check with her later. Um, you know, I guess one thing I want to ask, like you have the in the end here questioning, and we're looking at a lot of visual stuff, whether it might be from your website, social medias, LinkedIn, Facebook, doing logos and stuff like that. How do you coordinate this with more of the people side of it? Like if a company is out there, doing events, like you say, market survey. I'm
Mhm.
picturing a market survey maybe conducted through LinkedIn channels, maybe through an email list, maybe even on text, getting some responses in market
Mhm.
survey. But are you on the side of it, where you have things to say about face to face, like on the, going to trade shows and stuff like that?
It's all of that, right?
Okay.
It's going to be by market survey here, I mean questioning our market, our target. So we are in this environment, we have this beautiful idea that we want to share with the world. So it's like our gospel truth, and we want to share it out there, but we do not know exactly what is out there. And so, but before we got to this point, we made assumptions. And so the market survey is like to confirm the assumptions that we've made. And so we can do that through many ways. It's just questioning in any way that we feel comfortable. And that's why we prior to this slide, we looked at what is even our own strength, because that will be very important. Is it that we just like to be behind a computer and don't like to show up? And so we will just send a link for people to fill in the information. Then okay, then we would go with that approach. Do we prefer having focus groups? Do we prefer going on or being invited on other people's podcasts and talking about it? That's equally fine as well. And as Mario has rightly said, whatever strategy that we shall choose at the end of the day, even though it's going to be true to who we are and what our business is, it's equally going to really determine how fast we can go. Does that
Excellent.
does that answer your question?
So for me, in terms of my aspects of marketing, I like to tell people I love marketing through technology and events,
Okay.
so and the craze today is AI. Can you speak a little bit to, kind of what you're doing, or kind of if your clients get any help, in this world of AI, or if you're really not really making that part of the equation in the phases you're showing us and so forth?
Oh, AI definitely plays a very big role. I use a lot of chat GPT, and we have so many tools out there that automate things for us. So, and of course, we can make a market survey, even put it in in our pipeline, our email marketing, and make it put it in our pipeline. So yeah, there are many ways that we can do that, but of course, that was not the focus of today. Our focus was really marketing strategy and having that plan and how we can evolve with the plan as our business evolves. But of course, we can talk more about that later.
All right.
Very interesting.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our podcast engineer of the show is Emily Gollmer. She's the host. Emily Gollmer, are you able to come unmuted? And with you, Emily Gollmer, what is next from your side of things?
Well, this has been interesting. So, I've gotten some from it. But yeah, I see that Marianne has joined us as well. Does that answer your question, Kurt?
Yeah, it's great to know that Marianne came in and connected. We're here at World of Ability podcast, World of Ability with Acts of Kindness. Emily, can you go into a little bit of with the Acts of Kindness stuff with Marianne? What's going on in the world of marketing for Marianne?
She's has stuff out there, but they're letting her book for free off of Amazon. She's been doing interviews and stuff with Just Join on the Disability Channel, as well as I think she was looking to do something with TikTok. She has like app games and other things like that. But yeah. But Marianne, did you come in here and say anything about any more about that?
Hi, aloha, and aloha. Can you hear me okay?
Aloha, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm Marianne of Waikiki. I'm the author and Apple game developer of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk manus puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave. Our first book is Underwater Acts of Kindness for Ocean Cleanup, featuring Noah the Hard of Hearing Whale, who's recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. And we are going to be offering on Veterans Day a free download of the ebook to everyone around the world. So please post it. It's a thank you and mahalo to all the veterans worldwide. And that includes the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, and the Coast Guard. And so our second book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, we offered end of October anti-bullying month. And that's Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. And we're working on a climate change book called Fule Acts of Kindness for Climate Change, featuring Waterflow the Whale and Clean Water Foundation, which I'm celebrating 5-year anniversary with Leon McLaughlin out of Seattle. So the good news is in July, I won the Awesome Grant Foundation Award, Oahu chapter. They give $1,000 a month away to projects. It takes 15 minutes to answer a few simple questions. Tell us about your project. How will you use the money? Well, we want to ship books for anti-bullying month to the Hawaii School for the Deaf, which we did. We want to give them a water unit value of $150 from Clean Water Foundation, which we did on October 14th. Leon was in Hawaii. I was in Canada on a book signing tour and meeting interpreters up there. And so Leon was there to do a presentation. And so half of that grant also too, we hired Jay Stoyan of the Disability Channel, who hires persons with disabilities to interview me a couple of times a week to get out into the Toronto market with 32 million subscribers of plus. So I'm really excited also too to partner with Santa Papa John. He's our social media marketing influencer. How cool is that, right? Ho, ho, ho. And especially with the Christmas season. So he's out on TikTok. Folk Manus Company has complimentary sent him the General of the New Earth Army sea turtle puppet. So he'll be having that puppet. And again, on Veterans Day, you can get a free download of the book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. for ocean cleanup at the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, featuring Noah the hard of hearing whale. And he is also receiving another featured character in our book, Righteous Acts of Kindness, featuring Pono the Hawaiian polo pony. So it's great fun. And I'm grateful for everybody I met through Happy Neighborhood Projects during the pandemic. I was gifted some money and we used that to trademark the Acts of Kindness series with Dr. Liddy out of Miami. And Leon McLaughlin will be joining us sometime. I don't know if he's joining us today, but he'll be marketing the books into thousands of locations called Island Earth in 2025. So we'll wait for that project to happen. So the good news is all classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of the books from donorschoose.org. That's donorschoose.org. So I want to give a big mahalo thank you, shout out to Christian Mendez of EC Marketing, who has took on our project as well to update our website. And that's actsofkindnessseries.com. So you can see the clicks, and which will take you to the YouTube channel where you can meet the signing characters and learning the ASL finger spelling alphabet, the ABCs, with Chelsea the Courageous Sign Language Chicken, Eve the finger spelling bumblebee, and Kurt Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermitcraft. And so go out and play because we have Todd Apple App Games online courses available today. So we want to continue. We're looking for ongoing funding. And we'll be updating the LinkedIn profile of Marianne Ambrose, Marianne of Waikiki. And the books, again, are available on Amazon. You can watch Santa Papa John showcase and display these amazing books and coloring books to go along with it, where you learn the hand symbols of the alphabet with these characters. So kind of think of me as like your next J.K. Rowling, Dora the Explorer. We want to retell like Hello Kitty. And no one has done that with sign language characters. So thank you again, World of Ability, for having me here. Aloha and mahalo. I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
All right. Excellent, Marianne. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all that you do. And wow, what a power-packed enterprise. Finger puppets, books, app games, everything all organized to be on animated movies. Obviously, Marianne is going for the gusto here. Fule, with what you're hearing here, we're hearing a little bit of YouTube and stuff like that. I pose that, our world today has gotten to be very video oriented. Let's start there, Fule. What is the role of video in the legacy approach?
Video marketing is one of the forms of reaching a particular group of audience, usually people who are more visual, on many platforms. And now we have short videos that are more and more being, how will I put it? It's like given priority. On LinkedIn, we have those. We have short videos on Facebook. Since the pandemic, we had reels on Instagram, and these actually attract more people. It helps the algorithms more. So definitely, if your strength is creating videos, I would say go for it.
All right, excellent. All right, Fule, let's take a little bit of a case study, so to speak. We're going to have Mario come on. Mario, I want you to just get in there, and you're saying the link doesn't work. Emily, can you help out a little bit with
Yes,
Mary?
I'm putting the link in the thing card.
All right,
She
Emily.
doesn't, she spelled it wrong. That's why. So I'm putting it in there.
There we go. Here we go. Our spell checker. We got fact checkers and spell checkers. So here we go. We're gonna get it all right here. So Mario, we're looking to learn a little bit more about you, Mario. Who are you? What do you do? What is Candidate? You got quite a sharp brand there with Candidate. Tell us a little bit about your marketing wheelhouse, and we're just gonna pick out what you share, and we're just gonna take something just to kind of lean on Fula a little bit. We're gonna just be making some different points that we'll draw out of your story. Take it away, Mario.
Great, great, great. I really thank you, Kurt, for the invitation here at Word of Ability. Great initiative, you guys. You definitely rock. And well, just a little bit about myself. As I mentioned, I have a systems engineer background and also a hardware engineer background. I first started in the IT industry about 18 years ago. So our project here, Candidate, we are your best candidate. We started off as a staffing agency, recruiting top talent on engineering for engineering purposes all across the U.S. And about 8 years ago, we started delivering IT services ourselves, as we understand people struggle a lot with IT. Most people don't really understand the difference between the best options between, I don't know, a VPN or SD-WAN, all of these technologies that are proven to help your business thrive and succeed. Just as we were talking about a couple minutes ago with Coach Fule, automation in every way, shape, or form definitely boosts your productivity. And again, most people don't really understand IT the way we do. We have a group of 35 developers working consistently in delivering full stack applications, cloud management systems, and IT help desk that are there to help your business thrive using technology. Now about marketing, we don't really, we already have a company that we work with that helps us with marketing tools and strategies. I was asking Coach Fule if she, I would like to shoot out to her. I would like to talk to her when this meeting is over, as I really see her services are way too professional, and I really like the feel of her presentation. Great work, Fule. And hope that answers the question. I don't want to make it too long. So that's a little bit of what we do. Your best candidate for IT.
All right, excellent, Mario. And what an opportunity from my standpoint, my background, and how I like to come in and give things the old Kurt Roskoff twist. And the twist here, ladies and gentlemen, is we have Mario is in IT. And so, Fula, we're going to have you respond a little bit because we are in a world where there's so many softwares as a service. People are out there in their businesses. If we talk about somebody is employing a few employees, a handful of employees, maybe a dozen or more, and they're trying to think of, like Mario was saying, our businesses need to be money-making machines, and if we're tending to other things in life, we got to make sure that business is cranking away on our behalf while we're pursuing other roles we wear besides being maybe the owner of the company. So, Fula, do you want to comment a little bit about, when you're talking to a professional like Mario, or you're talking to other people who are dealing with their IT professional, how does IT factor into the marketing strategy?
Mario has given all the answers. What Mario is bringing to the marketplace answers all that. And so, of course, Mario, I'd like to learn more about how you're helping with productivity. And so, if we want to talk strictly with regards to marketing, we have so many automation tools out there, as I just mentioned. And that's one of the things that really helps with productivity as far as marketing is concerned. We have the CRMs where you can add APIs to them and boost them with artificial intelligence and make them even smarter to understand. You can put in plugins behind your website to understand clients' behavior or customers' behavior while they visit your website. I mean, there's just a lot that can be done. And yeah, and that is already being done. So when it comes to legacy digital marketing agency, we recently partnered with an engineer for automation, and so that project is ongoing, and he really knows nothing about marketing. So we are I'm the one bringing all the ideas on what we can do to automate the I mean everything from scheduling a call to purchasing to sending out how do I call it? I mean the entire stage or the entire process of purchase. So there is that is on the way, but I'm aware that there is a lot out there on the market that we can actually already use in our business. Yes, Mario.
See, it's very interesting to learn that you are working with CRM systems.
Yes.
One thing that we could help you or any other prospect or client you already are working with is we have partnerships with uh, all of the CRM companies out there.
Okay.
We could definitely get you to better pricing, and not only that, as we are a managed service provider, we will help you set up the system, and we can always take care of that for you too. So
Okay.
anyone who would need that type of help, that's one more thing we do. Again, the
Awesome.
CRM system will be working by itself, and while you sit down, get a couple margaritas, and your sales pipeline is just building and building and building and building while you're resting and taking care of what you love. Maybe family, maybe vacation, I don't know. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe Fule is going to just keep her decorum today and not share the party animal side of her life when she's out of the office, putting on a different hat. But but yeah, you bring up a good point, Mario. I mean, the idea of fun, as marketers, you know, there's this element in life that we more hear about outside of our business, like enjoy the journey, right? So,
Right.
so hopefully when we're doing all this, strategy and doing SWOT analysis and getting all this market research and some of these fun-loving guys or gals, they're kind of like, I'm not the granular detail person. I just want somebody to take care of a lot of that for me. So, Fula, how does that look on your side of things? How do you feel that your agency is empowering people to, keep doing what they love and to leave a lot of the marketing stuff to you? How does that work in your legacy approach?
Yeah, so we offer done for you services, not do it yourself, you know, because I have been a coach before. Usually when I was a coach, I showed people how to do it. And so that way they had to learn. But now with through my agency, we do it for you. And so you have more time on your hands to do what you love. And so when it comes to done for you services, that which we do organically, it's the results are slower, but then you spend less. And then when we have to do it, use our automation tools and to pay for advertising and all of that, pay for keywords on social on SEO, then it becomes a little bit more expensive, or will require a higher budget from our clients, but then it can speed up the process. And so in either ways, whether our client chooses to go organically or paid, it frees up time for them.
All right.
I finally like that.
Hey,
I don't know.
Barbara. We're hearing you. Are you speaking to
Yeah,
us, Barbara?
finally.
Come on
Yeah,
in here.
I was a little challenged getting to unmute, but so much of what I'm hearing is in initials that I'm not really familiar with exactly what the initials stand for. And I think it would be greatly
Oh, like
appreciated.
yeah, so
Uh,
like SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So when you're doing your strategy, you're kind
mhm,
of putting everything into those categories. And Fule, you referred to another acronym abbreviation. I'll let you handle that one.
mhm.
Barbara, do you understand what the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm just
Yeah.
learning.
So,
And I
so when
know,
you have your business has specific characteristics, and those characteristics are the internal factors that will influence the success of your business. Those will be your strengths and your weaknesses of
like,
you and your business. But then the business doesn't work in isolation, it works in an environment. And so we'll have to also look at what external factors will be affecting your business. There we'll be looking at opportunities and threats.
uh and today I'm just really focusing on when Gold in My Air had gotten together with Sadat, and it all seemed, to boil down to if we just had people wanting to love their children and have their children in, happy environments more than they'd want to fight with each other. We have so many problems solved. And I wonder, at that time when there was a consciousness that made that so obvious. And we're talking about, moving money and business and how, wonder how it all comes together, how it relates. And I want to, understand exactly what you're saying. Because I know when I was talking about the golden art of schmoozing, how people saying, well, Trump will be able to communicate in a way that will help everybody prosper. And, so wanting to believe that as I'm watching him straighten somebody's tie and patting someone on the back that other people see as, demonic forces in the world, our enemies. And I'm watching him treating them humanistically. And I just wanted to throw that out there and see how that goes into this conversation today. Thank you. I'll try to listen.
Excellent, Barbara. Very, very well positioned. I like where your thoughts are going, Barbara. Fula, do you have any and reaction to that initially, or do you want me to shape it up a little bit to bring it back to our conversation, or
Yes,
what do you
please
think of
help
Fula?
me with that.
Yeah, so in the corporate environment, it's very commonplace that somebody in, especially the large corporations is in charge of corporate social responsibility. And I've done a lot of work in my career helping people embrace affinity and cause marketing. Now, Fula, you bring up the key to that. You can't have effective affinity and cause marketing if you don't have effective market research. If you're not questioning, you're not going to learn what their affinity is. Do they like travel? Do they like golf? Are they politically minded? Do they show allegiance military and veterans? Are they a veteran-owned companies? So there's a veteran affinity there. And causes. We're here at the World of Ability Podcast Network, World of Ability show with acts of kindness. So, the idea here, everyone, is when we're on that cause side, I met with somebody once, I say it here often. I met with a gentleman who came into my wheelhouse, and his reaction to my work is, "Hey, Kurt, my business ain't a charity." so, so we're always looking at that bottom line. And good point. Good to go these directions and bring this into your business realm. But then at the end of the day, the CEO has to look at, how is this helping your company make money? That CEO's got to make sure that money keeps coming in to be able to put,
Mhm.
I say ideally 25% of sales right back into marketing. Fule, do you agree with that percentage? As a goal that people should strive that they can make sales and keep 25% of sales back into the marketing department. Like when you put that, you did it the other way. You showed Apple invested a number in marketing, did the good strategy and research, put it on the table, and then they made sales 4 times their investment in just advertising, much less all the elements of marketing.
Mhm.
So it looks like, Fully, you're trying to wrap your mind around that. How is Kurt saying that 25% of sales go into marketing? Is that something you don't really worry about? You just kind of worry about, how people are able to economically take advantage of, the marketing you provide, and you don't go that extensive into the conversation. What is your
Yeah,
perspective?
never really thought about what percentage of your budget should ideally go for marketing per se, but that will really depend it will depend on the business goals. Again, as I've said, so you really can't tell somebody to put in such and such or allocate such and such budget to marketing without really understanding what their goal is, right? So a business exists for various reasons. And if I understood Barbara, she was looking at the social side of things, and which is very okay. And so you cannot go to a business whose vision is social justice, for example, and tell them you must put 25% in marketing. No, it doesn't go that way. My approach is always, why do you start this business? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you willing to, put aside to get there? That's how we do it. So I don't carry any gospel truth for anyone.
Well, I'd like to share with you.
Yes.
Hi, Barbara. Welcome. I don't know if you heard, I won the Awesome Grant Foundation award out of Honolulu, Hawaii, $1,000. And it took me 15 minutes to apply. Tell us about your awesome project. How will you use the money? Which was, I purchased books at my author cost to send to the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind. For October was Anti-Bullying Month. Now, I wasn't there because I was in Canada up in business, but Leon was there, and I received $1,000. So I purchased a water unit from Leon, and he delivered it. We did a presentation, and thank you, Emily and Kurt, for videotaping it. Leon was there. And I also used part of that $500 to hire Jay Stoyan to hire persons with disabilities to help do more of the social media marketing and to interview me with 32 million subscribers out of Toronto, Canada. And so that's how I use that $1,000 to do that. And talking about the Apple is also too, I out of pocket hired Christian Mendez to look at my website because it needed upgraded because I'm not tech savvy how to link them, but he created it so it goes to the products and services to Amazon. And so I'm grateful that I have a team support to help me with that as well. And Jay is putting them out there and being interviewed. So I'm just sharing how I use that $1,000 budget. And I am continuing to go on to Awesome Foundation to apply into different chapters and to multiply that acts of kindness. And my co-writer, or my writer, we wrote a new press release. So the idea was to call all the deaf and blind schools, the 49 more states in the United States of America, to say, hey, listen, this is what we just did. Okay, we can do the same thing for you. Now we have the books for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and climate change. We partner with Folk Manus Puppets as tools in education. Trevor Gibbs, American Disabilities Act advocate, Charity Revolution, helped me upload the videos that I had created through Fiverr Pakistan designers to upload those onto YouTube. So now you can see the characters into animation. They created 2 animation videos for me too for our next book with Leon, featuring Waterflow the Whale with the music by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave. So I'm really grateful. So now you can see the thought to action out of my head to the world. And we have 500 million people worldwide now with a hearing loss. And we have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service now who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. So we have an audience, and we need Apple's support now to recognize the 10 online app games to bring them out there to the world. And I need additional funding to bring them into animation and of course to complete the project. So I use with my ways and means as part of that pandemic unemployment assistant. I also federally trademarked myself through Dr. Liddy that we met through Happy Neighborhood Projects out of Miami. So we're waiting for approval with that. And so, yeah, it takes a lot, and it's not going to be coming a lot out of my pocket, so to speak, but it has. But I see the vision and mission, and we get the word out there with everybody through HNP and World of Ability, Disability Channel, and we're going to find that funding. And I also talked with Zach Clayton. I said, hey, listen, Zach, we can get $1,000 for some veterans clinics. So last night, I'm recovering from eye surgery, and you see me in a hat and some sunglasses here. I normally, I couldn't see, and there was a chapter that said any. So I went on there and posted the new flyer for Veterans Day, and the picture of Leon being on the cover, pictures of the YouTube channels, the coloring books, asking for $1,000 to bring these books into veterans hospitals and children's hospitals. So we'll see how it goes. So sometimes you got to think outside the doc box because there's money there. And there's a disability chapter. There's on the water, which Kurt can apply for. There's Melbourne, there's Canada. There's so many different countries out there that they love giving $1,000 away. And Barbara, there's in Florida too. So check it out. Let's partner together and ask for $1,000 to bring these books into your senior citizen or to your children's center there, or to the libraries, to the hospitals, and we'll get a water unit with Leon. And the beautiful of it was with Leon giving that water unit to the Hawaii School for the Deaf, they had issues on that island with the Red Hill and the water and the navies being contaminated over there. A lot of military families were misplaced, had to be put into hotels, the schools, etc. So I know in my heart, the universe gave me that $1,000, and I know that deaf school is provided for, and we can move forward with it. And I have a press release to share with all of you. You can visit the website, actsofkindnessseries.com. So I look forward to talking with everybody else too about different marketing and video, and everything changes every day. So it's hard to keep up with everything. But we got a great social media marketing team with Santa Papa John to the end of the year. So get your families involved in following him as he's showcasing the Acts of Kindness series books and coloring books. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you again, Mary Ann. So Coach Fule, I want to give you a chance to check in here. We're coming back to your presentation. I want to make sure that you're able to, continue on however you have in mind. And we really appreciate what you're bringing to us today. So here we go. It looks like you're going to the next slide.
To add on to that I so appreciate listening to Marianne Waikiki. grow and build and share. And it's just, you're inspirational. I can understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Barbara. We always enjoy having you here. Good to have you here on the show today again. We hope we're on a trend that might be able to track with us every Saturday in November. But ladies and gentlemen, this gives me an idea. My thoughts just went to my birthday. The last Saturday of November, November 30th, I will become 53 years old. So we're going to be celebrating right here at the World of Ability with acts of kindness. All right, Fula, what is next? It looked like you gave us a little sneak peek that you have more to share, but I want to check in and let you take the seat back. Where'd you like to go from here?
Yeah, before I get there, I'll first want to say thank you to Miriam for what the amazing things that she's doing, the impact that she's creating, positive impact that she's creating in the world. Yeah, I really want to appreciate. I want to equally appreciate Wall of Ability for this time that you and the platform as well that you make available for to share kindness with the world. Thank you very much.
You
So
are
yeah, so until now we've looked at two scenarios. A scenario where we have a marketing plan and then we put it, we fold it and keep it very far and just do business based on our emotions or whatever we are seeing that is happening around us. And then we equally have um, uh, another perspective of marketing where we actually design a plan and then taking so many factors into consideration, we we develop a strategy which is actually dynamic as our and evolves as our business evolves. So these are the two comparisons. I hope we can see clearly that when we have a marketing strategy and we are aware that the environment in which we are carrying out our business is evolving, then we have to be very curious. And so asking questions, having that market survey consistently is very important to inform us. And so just going back to the example of Apple, you would expect that nobody on the planet does not know Apple. So why should they even bother doing marketing, right? So then you will understand that marketing is not only about creating awareness, it is about many other things. And so getting feedback from feeding our business with feedback from the environment in which we are carrying out that business is very, very important. And not only that, using that feedback in our strategy, production and every other thing of our business is even more important. So that's what I wanted to underline here. And so I'm sharing a very specific case study here. And this was, one of my most recent clients. She came to me with an issue. She said, Fule, look, I'm paying this guy $350 every month for SEO, and we are getting zero results. I'm tired. I want results. So I could have jumped on and said, okay, I'm going to do an SEO even better. And Mario even asked the question, approximately how long before we can see results? I said 3 months, but it's really, in reality, 6 months. I just realized that 3 months is not enough because our clients, we give them 6 months to before they can start seeing significant results. But within 3 months, you can already see that something is happening. So and so most of us, we are impatient. Yeah, we are impatient. And then not really understanding why you even do the SEO is even very dangerous, because if you are not really bothered about people searching you up on Google or other search engines, but you are more concerned about other ways that you want your business to be found, then you shouldn't bother a lot about SEO, right? So anyway, this was my client's issue. And then I told her, you know what? We are going to start by I visiting your marketing strategy. What do you have in place? She had nothing. There was no marketing strategy. They had just bought this business from another um, um, from somebody else, right? They are just taking it on, and then they just continued where the former owner left off. And so I said, well, your service is home care service. This is what we are going to do. We are going to define a marketing strategy for you. And so based on that, we understood that her business is at the second phase, is at phase 2, which is initiation, because she has not yet really understood her market, and she has not yet really identified who it is that is her ideal client. So we had to define this for her, and we said we are going to start off with LinkedIn, because based on the 1, 2, 3 personas that we have identified, and then we gave this price range based on the competitive analysis that we did, and then our promotion tactic was going to be a market survey. And so we promote this market survey in very different ways. And this is what this is the positive side of this strategy, is that it inevitably encourages people to open up and have very candid conversations when they don't feel like we want to sell to them. So our approach is, we are studying our market. We just want to understand how things are going. We want to understand how well to position ourselves and that kind of thing. So potential respondents, they don't feel like we are selling to them. And that's what is nice about them coming on to dialogue with us. And so within the first week of putting in place this, we had one lead. And by one lead, we mean a qualified client. So we have all these ticks that we tick, all these boxes that we tick to ensure that this is a qualified client. And so they ticked all the box, and we had one client in the first week, 4 leads in the second week. And so is this a success? Yes, in my opinion, given where this client was coming from, spending $350 every month, and she doesn't even know if her website is ranking or not. She doesn't have any visits, any website visitors, and things like that. I think that this is a great success, and she was very, very impressed with our results. So I've been speaking for a while now. I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a business intelligence and marketing data analyst. I have been trained, I'm a trained agricultural engineer, And then I specialize in agricultural economics at the master's level. I've trained hundreds of entrepreneurs back in my country of origin, Cameroon. And when I immigrated to Canada approximately 7 years ago, I decided to focus on raising my 5 kids because then I didn't have the luxury of having family members around to help me. Later, I decided to be a financial advisor, but it was a little bit tedious for me. I chose being a financial advisor first because I like giving advice. Coming from a background of academia, I just love teaching, love giving advice, and I said, okay, giving financial advice just sounds great. I equally love the fact that it was going to give me flexible working time or working hours rather. But unfortunately, I found it so difficult to sell. It was so difficult for me to take a client through the client journey from prospect to, raving fan. It was so difficult for me. And so I started learning everything that I could lay my hands on. And I got better with time, but particularly during the COVID, the pandemic, I had now ample time to explore the internet. And that was where I developed my digital marketing skills. And then in 2024, then I started coaching. I started coaching other people on how to, put their business ideas together and then sell on social media. That was since 2020, and then in 2024 I decided to set up my own digital marketing agency. And so most of the services that we offer in the agency is being offered by my team. So I'm by no means an expert in all these services. What I do is doing the outreach, and then I have a team that actually does the fulfillment for these services. So our services in our agency include developing a marketing strategy, which I in person actually carries that out. Then so it is doing market research, of course. Then we do branding, brand awareness and visibility, lead generation, reputation management, customer relations management. And so we achieve all these using our social media management services, paid advertising, both on Meta platforms and LinkedIn. We do SEO management, we do display advertising. Our branding includes logo design, website hosting, and then we equally offer some softwares. So that is it about me and my business. I'd like to end here by saying that if you have a dream, if you have a mission, you shouldn't be afraid to let your light shine before others. It's said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 from the Holy Bible, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father who is in heaven. And Legacy Digital Marketing Agency actually helps you to do that. Thank you. So
Wow.
you can scan this code for to get in touch with me, and naturally will be through a short survey. Thank you.
Absolutely wonderfully done, Fule. This has been just absolutely phenomenal. For those of you out there, I have been, doing live streaming, and I think of 20 years ago, I created the Roscoff Rocket on Blog Talk Radio. 9 years ago, I got into radio. 3.5 years ago, I'm sorry, 4.5 years ago, found the Disability Channel television-wise. World of Ability started July 26, 2020. And so I had a lot of people come through this platform, as Fule is referencing. And you know what, Fule? You are the only one in all my time that took the initiative to take that you were coming on this and you took ownership to the event. I was able to hop on your event, post it on LinkedIn for today, and one of our colleagues, Don Crumley, who is very phenomenal in the detailed look at our health and our food selection and our diet and everything we're doing that way. And you know it was the first time I've been with him for a few years through the Happy Neighborhood Project, like where you and I met, Fula. And first time I got a reaction from him about the LinkedIn. He's like, oh, I saw LinkedIn today, and I'm like, yeah, wasn't that pretty cool? Fula put that together. So I just give you all sorts of commendation and accreditation, and you are World of Ability and Acts of Kindness approved. Whatever we can do to help and work with your agency ongoing, it's music to my ears that you and Mario are going to be talking and follow up to the show. And sounds like we're going to be getting a little short survey available to us for everybody who's seeing the show. And now, this is like the cherry on top of this Sunday. We have Leon McLaughlin here. So, Fula, I want you to be able to come and understand who Leon is. He's part of our endorsed charities here at the World Ability Podcast Network. Leon, what's happening on November 9th for you? What's happening on your Saturday, Leon?
Hey, how's it going, Kurt? Just came off of a fundraiser we just had at the University of Washington. It was hip hop for climate change and water for children. It was a total success. We had the mayor of Seattle, Bruce Harrell. He attended, gave a couple speeches, and the place was amazing. We had some of the artists from Naughty by Nature, one of the hip hop groups like that was really famous in the 90s. Couple new hip hop artists, and it was a total success. Had speakers from some of the tribes there, a lot of engineers, professors, scientists. So it was a really great event. It was so good that one of the local television stations here in Seattle, King 5, they have a show called New Day and another show called Evening Magazine. And they contacted me to possibly be on both of their shows after they seen everything we had done on social media. And they contacted me to say, hey, let's talk about, you're talking about your water for children around the world and what you're doing, and come on our show. So yeah, great week. And now here with you guys.
Well, Leon, you're in the right place. And Leon, I'm highly recommending that you grab hold of this video produced through Coach Fule here. Coach Fule, you said you were going up on Instagram. How does our audience clumb on to your Instagram and see your rendition of the show as you captured whatever you did on Instagram?
Sure, I would love for you to share your link to YouTube so that I can share that across my platforms as well.
Absolutely. So we'll be doing some follow-up. Emily Gollmer, our VA and podcast engineer, will be taking Coach Fule's information, make it available. So Leon, you're going to want to listen to this. But Leon, we just went into a very strategic look at our marketing and looking at what is very commonplace for businesses. You run a nonprofit business, aka a charity, the Clean Water Foundation. Leon, a little check-in with you. How do you think things are going marketing wise for the foundation?
It's going really well, and it's all about being out there. Um, Word of mouth is the best advertising in the world and the best marketing in the world. You can do, a lot of ads on billboards, television commercials, but the best is word of mouth, and it doesn't cost you anything. So I think that's one of the greatest marketing deals you could do. It's just like how we were talking about our event at this jazz show. And one of the persons that was sitting at the table at the jazz show say, well, you know, I just bought this huge home and it's like a mansion. And I would like to give you a fundraiser because I really checked out what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I sent her the link, and 2 days later, we're talking about booking a show at her mansion during the Christmas holidays, where I was like, well, maybe we can do something in 2025. She was like, no, let's try to do something now. So I think that's, you know, and just sitting in a jazz club talking on a break, sending a link, because, you know, everything can go quick now. You just send a link, they pop it up, you get a call 2 days later. So I think that's the deal right there. Word of mouth is some of the best marketing that you can do. And you never know what'll happen. It's just like I was in Hawaii, as you know, doing that installation with Mariana Waikiki on the water unit going into the school for the Hawaii deaf and blind. And I'm sitting at the yacht club there that I was invited to, talking about that installation. And the next thing I know, one of the restaurant owners say, hey, let's have a fundraiser at my restaurant that I just opened up. And it's right next to the Hilton Hawaiian Village. The place is gorgeous. And I'll be back out there going. And then the coffee farmers came in and say, let's try to do some Kona coffee. And a percentage of it would go to help the Clean Water Foundation. So we're actually doing negotiations, getting attorneys, drawing up contracts to bring some of this 100% Kona coffee to the mainland. And we get a percentage of that. And that's how things work, I think.
Yeah, excellent experience there. It's good to hear these success stories. Mario, I want to come back to you a little bit. We just heard Leon just be a big troubadour of what you hear a lot in entrepreneurship, and he's running a foundation and so forth. I know Mario, I see you on, a good list of networking groups myself, much less everything
Yes.
you're doing in networking. But Mario, speak to word of mouth and how that's been helping you grow your business, Candidate.
Of course. So this is actually an interesting topic because our one of our first clients uh, are we run the data center for Fannie Mae, which is based in Houston. That's one of our biggest accounts. And the way we connected to our next account, HP, was without word of mouth. Definitely, it was just one of those things. Systems engineering and all the team were very satisfied with the cloud migration service that we did for them. Moving from on-prem to cloud throughout the IT management services that we provide. And then that's how we got into HP. Also, we're running one data center in Houston for them. And that got us to our third account, Exxon. We mainly work with manufacturing, oil and gas verticals, and some retailers, right? Fannie Mae. But that was exactly the way we connected with our first big corporate accounts. And from then onwards, LA government, we also have an account with them. And I'm sure you could check also all our information out on candidate.us. You could also email us at sales@candidate.us to learn more about how we position just the best, only the best IT and engineering talent all across companies within the US, and how with the services, managed services we provide, we help organizations as big as Exxon, Fannie Mae, and HP become more efficient on what they do just by trusting us with their IT necessities. And we just look for cost-effective solutions for everyone to boost their revenue up to 30% in just the first year with a strategic plan that we set. As we not only do we take care of the IT necessities, we really work hand to hand with our clients uh, to help them build a very strong IT foundation that would help them grow and put everything, in just one block, solid block that they can trust. For example, as Coach Fule was telling us, marketing, all these tools, AI, and all the SEO implementations, etc., they rely on an IT infrastructure, right, to run efficiently, effectively, etc. And that's the reason I really believe, and I always like saying this everywhere I go, is whenever I have a prospect or client that I'm talking to, if by what I do with my knowledge on IT, if I draw a smile on someone else's face just by helping them out with what I know, that's already good payment for me. Money just comes as a consequence of doing things the right way. But God is all within each and every one of us. And if you exploit that, and if you share your knowledge, we all grow, and we all become better. That's what I believe. I hope that answers the question. I know I went for maybe a philosophical type of an answer, but yes, that's a little bit of what do we do.
Well, Mario, that is fantastic. I'd say you absolutely nailed it in the way you illustrated all of that, because that's the way, my train of thought goes too, because that's the way we experience things in life. I talk about it being the domino effect. A lot of people out there saying, the ripples, so that word of mouth, the buzz, like marketers can kind of help companies and teams create that buzz and have that success out there. And like what Leon was talking about with his success, I talk about how it's reality in life that success breeds success. And when Coach Fula stepped in and helped one of her current clients and went from like, hey, I'm not getting any clients out of this, I'm stagnating, and then you're kind of stuck. So to be able to get unstuck and then be able to realize, Mario, you used the perfect term, cost effective. So I'd say both of you get 5 stars in being cost effective.
You see,
So
actually, I have another comment that I want to make real quick before I lose the train of thought. May I?
sure.
We were talking about word of mouth being, uh, you know, the first step maybe into growing your business, and I believe word of mouth is it's awesome, but yet you definitely need, if you want to take your business to the next level, marketing will take you there. Definitely, most people oversee that, right? So at the moment where you're ready to fully grow your business, fully, like to a way bigger extent, you need to rely on effective tools that will help you get where you want to go. Just a
Oh yeah,
little side note,
totally
right?
agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
marketing is multifaceted. You got advertising, publicity, promotion, digital media, social media. You got AI these days. A lot of tools in the toolbox to pull from. You got to have great customer service. You got to really develop your team to be effective there. And so yeah, it's so that's where the simple strategies like we saw today are very effective because the clarity and the simplicity allows it to be very doable. So the way Fula presented something very simple and very effective, cost effective, and the client is able to go forward with it, feeling ever so comfortable, and then getting results like that. That is so key to get that instant verification that Coach Fula has us on the right track. Barbara, you look like you're on the edge of air or something, trying to hover in here. Are you trying to unmute? She might be having trouble unmuting. Barbara Weinstein, are you trying to come in for a little commentary, Barbara? She looks like she's struggling again. Barbara, are you hitting the button?
Hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear your question.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a chance. We're coming into the final stretch here. We got a 10-minute window to wrap this baby up. I want to give you a chance to come on in here. We're talking about word of mouth on how it helps our charities and our businesses and what we do. And so I know, you're a resident You're a resident development
Florida.
here. So what are you thinking on your side of things, Barbara?
Oh, I'm thinking how amazing it is that people with so many different projects and ways of communicating are on this station, sharing the passion and wanting to share with each other. And I'm just so impressed. The diversity here is amazing.
There we go. We're all about diversity and we squash adversity. No room for that here. No adversity here, just diversity. So, Emily, we're going to come in here. Speaking of diversity, Emily, getting us as diverse as life can offer. Emily, what do you have from the Spirit of the Game Foundation, from your office there as podcast engineer, your zeal and appeal as host of this show? Again, we're at World of Ability podcast, World of Ability with acts of kindness. And we're all about everyone deserves clean water. We are so glad to have Leon McLaughlin here from the Clean Water Foundation. Emily, what do you got for us today? What's next for your next 5 minutes?
So we do have other shows in the network that everybody's welcome to join us on. So please let us know if you are interested. Also, um, we're going to be having a sort of a early birthday. Well, we've been doing something in a couple weeks. Since Kurt's birthday lands on Saturday, so World of Ability Day. So I'd like to have everybody join us for sure for that one, but every Saturday to help us celebrate Kurt's birthday. But we are having a little bit of an early celebration, like we can have before that. And everybody's welcome to. We're gonna be meeting with Barry Shore, who's the ambassador of joy. And so, and is interested in learning more about what Barry does. We're collaborating with him on a couple of things, with his Einstein Cares program and with his smile cards, and so on. And then, we are now another Easy Expo event on December 5th. Different speakers, so if anybody's interested in being a speaker for that. And then our holiday event over Christmas, December 6th, 24th through the 26th. So there are a couple things that everybody's invited to. So that's what I have to say at the moment, Kurt.
All right.
So if that answers your question.
Hey, I just was giving you the mic back. It was a while since we heard from you, and wow, you packed it in there. Emily's just got a few things going on. So if you want something to give your life a boost, your business a boost, your organization, your team, contact Emily, our feature VA. She can be your virtual assistant too. All right, so Mario, we're kind of coming down the track here for last thoughts. Any that you think our audience, viewers and listeners should have about candidate? I know you gave some information, but just giving you one last check-in before we call it an end here today. What do you got, Mario?
Thank you for that, Kurt. Well, all I have to say is we are your best candidate. IT, just give us a call. We can definitely help you grow your business. We'll be glad to help you thrive, grow, and succeed for this year. And let's just make it. God's the way. Thanks, Kurt. Thank you, the Word of Ability, for having us today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Emily, thank you so much for your help today, for inviting me over into this session. Coach Fule, awesome presentation. You're definitely a pro, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you, having a nice chat. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Blessed day.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to go back over to our cherry on top of this Sunday. That's Leon McLaughlin from the Clean Water Foundation, Mr. Jazz and Pizzazz and all the zeal and appeal. He really gets out there with great PR. Great work, Leon. any last thoughts? Any thing that we should be looking forward to for your month of November? Leon, how are you making it a November to remember?
Yes. Like you say, can't win the prize unless you advertise. So our next event, hopefully, we're putting a holiday event together with the lady I told you that donated her mansion. Her name is actually Vicky Town, and she has an art gallery also in Kirkland. And if any like artists would like to join us, volunteer, we're a 501c3. You get a tax write-off. For anybody who would like to donate for Water for Children, we're currently working with the Hopi and Navajo Reservation in Arizona. They can go to our website, www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org, and $150, we're able to provide a whole, like we did in Waikiki, a school with water or a home, or 50 people can have clean, fresh drinking water. With that donation, you don't have to change the filters to after 10,000 gallons of water has been used. So join us. We welcome everyone. To help these kids get clean, fresh drink. Never did it without you guys.
There we go. There we go, folks. I'm an ambassador with Project Die Hard, a veteran service organization taking a concerted effort combating veteran suicide by spreading hope to veterans. And ladies and gentlemen, again, this is World of Ability with acts of kindness. If we're going to get Marianne back here, I know Marianne has her Veterans Day download offer. We are starting right now celebrating our Veterans Day and all of our veterans, and acts of kindness and Marianne are giving you a little gift in honor of our veterans. Take it away, Marianne. What do you got as final thoughts?
Well, aloha again. Sorry, a little technical difficulty here. We had actually a toilet water leak here in my casita here in San Carlos, Mexico. And Captain Robert came back into town. I had eye surgery, so I got great support, and we got through it. So we got a new tank. And getting our things organized here in the sailboat, in the marina, and all that stuff. But the good news is we made it through it. Okay, waves of emotion, right? So we really want to thank all the veterans out there: the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard. These are the people that protected us, and we want to give back. I want to give back. I dated a retired Navy diving explosive ordnance over in the island of Oahu. These guys went and cleaned up what was left on the land, and we don't want that going into the water. And I'm grateful that we won that awesome grant foundation, and that Leon was there to gift the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind a water unit for $150, so that they have clean, fresh drinking water, whereas other schools, the Red Hills schools, the military schools, were affected. They had families were misplaced. So we are one step at a time doing our acts of kindness. So thank you, Leon, for doing that. Thank you for Kurt and Emily for videotaping it. I was in Canada interpreting, and I came back. I just had eye surgery here. So I'm getting a little teary-eyed, but it's all good. I'm healing very good. And yeah, so I created for November 11th, as you can see, through the Fussy Librarian, you can download my book, my first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, featuring the General of the New Earth Army, who recruits NOAA, the hard of hearing whale, to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. It was our first book. And we have a series of books for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and we wrote Climate Change for Land, which we are completing. And with my vision is to, which is limited right now, but it's non-stoppable, Leon, because the vision is to bring these books into animation movies with sign language characters, and no one has done that. And we have 500 million people worldwide now with a hearing loss. We have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. So we are the good news, and you are its messenger, and shine the light. Aloha, I'm Marianne of Waikiki. Download that book for free on November 11th. Watch Santa Papa John on TikTok with the General of the New Earth Army puppet. So go out and play. I'm Marianne of Waikiki, and aloha.
Aloha. All right. I want to make sure that
Aloha.
Emily and Mario, Barbara, Marianne, Coach Fula. Well, Coach Fula gave it to us, but Leon, there is a survey in the chat of this Zoom session, and Emily will be making that available to all of our social media sharings of this video. And with that, Barbara, over to you. What do you have as final thoughts, Barbara?
I think we all need to look at what happened, how we got from understanding it's about having our children in happy, loving environments more than um, arguing with each other, and how we get back that consciousness, how we make that happen with everything that we do.
Excellent, excellent. Great final thoughts. Great takeaway there from you, Barbara. Thanks again for making it into the show. It always is a complete World of Ability show, and you are here, Barbara Weinstein. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're going
Thanks,
to check in
everybody.
with Coach Fula. I don't know. I think Coach, did you have any final thoughts, Coach Fula? We're at the end of the show, but I wanted to give you a check in if you had any last word.
My last word is thank you. Thank you for this platform, Wall of Ability. Thank you very much, Act of Kindness. Thank you, Candid Aid. Thank you all for the good that you're doing out there in the world. And thank you for your attention, listening to my boring stuff. Thank you for your feedback. And I look forward to chatting with you guys on a very personal level.
All right. Awesome, Fula. Thank you. You're so very welcome, and you are welcome back anytime, any Saturday, Coach Fula. You are welcome to come back like the rest of these folks do. And with that, Emily, we are at closing time. It's your show, Emily. Close us on out here. Take us on out of here any way you'd like. Emily Gollmer.
Thank you everybody for joining us. And hopefully we'll see everybody next Saturday or any other day for any of other shows. But I guess until next time, hope everybody has a